Have you ever walked into a room only to forget why you went there? Perhaps you've misplaced your keys for the third time this week. Or maybe someone's name slips away just as you're about to say hello. Most of us laugh these moments off. We're just getting older. It's normal. And in many cases, it is. Our brains naturally change with age. Processing becomes a little slower. Recalling information sometimes takes a little longer. But memory is far more precious than simply remembering where you left your glasses. It's how we recognize the faces we love. It's how we recall the stories that shaped our lives. It's how we remember God's faithfulness through every season. As Proverbs reminds us, wisdom is one of life's greatest treasures, and caring for the mind God has given us is one way of honoring that gift. Now here's something fascinating. Long before scientists discovered neurons, long before anyone understood antioxidants, long before MRI scanners revealed how the brain changes with age, the people of the Bible regularly ate foods that modern researchers continue to study for their remarkable nutritional value. One fruit in particular appears throughout Scripture as a symbol of blessing, abundance, and God's provision. Today, scientists are discovering that this same fruit contains natural compounds that may help protect the brain from some of the changes associated with aging. Not because it's a miracle, not because it prevents dementia, and certainly not because it replaces medical care, but because God often provides extraordinary nourishment through very ordinary foods. That forgotten biblical fruit is the pomegranate, shea. A fruit woven throughout Scripture, pomegranates appear throughout the Old Testament. When Moses described the Promised Land, he listed pomegranates among its greatest blessings. The robe worn by Israel's high priest was embroidered with pomegranates. The magnificent pillars of Solomon's temple were decorated with hundreds of carved pomegranates. To ancient Israel, this fruit represented fruitfulness, life, abundance. It wasn't simply admired for its beauty. It was part of everyday life. Families harvested it season after season. Children grew up eating its bright, ruby-red seeds. Generation after generation enjoyed a food they could never have imagined scientists would still be studying thousands of years later. What makes pomegranates so special? Break open a ripe pomegranate and you'll discover hundreds of tiny crimson seeds. Inside those seeds are some of the highest concentrations of natural antioxidants found in commonly eaten fruits. Researchers have focused particularly on compounds called punicolagens and anthocyanins. While their names sound complex, their purpose is beautifully simple. They help protect cells from oxidative stress. Why does that matter for the brain? Because your brain is one of the most metabolically active organs in your body. Although it accounts for only a small percentage of your body weight, it consumes roughly 20% of the oxygen you breathe. That constant activity also produces oxidative stress. Over many years, excessive oxidative stress may contribute to cellular damage associated with normal brain aging. Scientists believe diets rich in colorful fruits and vegetables may help reduce some of that stress, supporting healthier brain function over time. Pomegranates happen to be among the richest sources. The brain and blood flow. There's another reason researchers continue investigating pomegranates. Your memory depends on healthy circulation. Every thought, every memory, every prayer depends on billions of brain cells receiving a constant supply of oxygen and nutrients. Healthy blood vessels make that possible. Several studies suggest that the polyphenols found in pomegranates may help support healthy blood vessel function. Some research indicates they may help the body maintain nitric oxide, a natural compound that helps blood vessels relax. Healthy circulation means the brain receives the nourishment it needs to function efficiently. That doesn't mean eating a bowl of pomegranate seeds will suddenly improve your memory tomorrow. But over many years, consistently supporting cardiovascular health also supports brain health. After all, the brain depends on the heart every second of every day, more than just antioxidants. Pomegranates also provide vitamin C, fiber, and numerous other plant compounds that contribute to overall health. Fiber helps support healthier blood sugar levels. Why is that important? Because diabetes and poor metabolic health have both been associated with an increased risk of cognitive decline later in life. Taking care of your brain often begins by taking care of your entire body. Researchers now speak about the heart-brain connection, the gut-brain connection, even the sleep-brain connection. God designed the body so that every system works together. Rarely does one organ thrive while the rest are neglected. A practical way to enjoy this biblical fruit. The healthiest choice is usually the simplest one. Choose the whole fruit whenever possible. Those jewel-like seeds contain fiber, together with all their beneficial plant compounds. Many bottled juices remove much of the fiber while concentrating natural sugars. Whole foods continue to outperform heavily processed alternatives. You can sprinkle fresh pomegranate seeds over oatmeal, add them to a salad, mix them with plain Greek yogurt, or simply enjoy them by themselves. Small habits often become lifelong blessings. One important reminder. It's important to keep our expectations realistic. No fruit prevents Alzheimer's disease. No biblical food guarantees perfect memory. If you or someone you love is experiencing significant memory loss, confusion, or changes in thinking, it's important to speak with a qualified healthcare professional. Many conditions affecting memory benefit from early evaluation. Food is one part of a much larger picture. Regular physical activity, quality sleep, managing blood pressure, learning new skills, maintaining close relationships, reading scripture, spending time in prayer. All of these nourish the mind in different ways. Perhaps that's one reason the Bible places such great emphasis on remembering. Again and again, God's people are encouraged to remember His works, remember His promises, remember His faithfulness. Memory isn't merely a mental ability. It's deeply connected to gratitude, identity, and hope. Oh, final thoughts. Perhaps the forgotten biblical fruit isn't forgotten after all. Perhaps we've simply overlooked the quiet wisdom found in God's creation. The same fruit that symbolized abundance in ancient Israel continues to remind us that God often provides what we need through simple, ordinary gifts. Not expensive supplements, not miracle cures, just real food, real nourishment, real wisdom, one healthy meal at a time. So the next time you see a pomegranate at your local grocery store, perhaps you'll remember more than its beautiful color. Perhaps you'll remember that caring for your mind begins with faithfully caring for your whole body. Because the greatest gift isn't simply living longer. It's continuing to remember the people we love, the lessons we've learned, and above all, the faithfulness of the God who has walked with us through every season of life. Thank you for watching. May the Lord bless you with wisdom, clarity of mind, and the strength to faithfully care for the body and mind He has entrusted to you. And until next time, may God bless you and your family.